I'm Robert Anthony.
I'm Joelle Anthony.
This is Watson. In 2020, we felt God's call in our lives to do something incredibly radical.
In 2023, we sold our flower shop, our home, just about everything we owned, and purchased our Winnebago FLX RV.
This began our trek into the vast unknown. Our mission is to take you along, showing you things you otherwise may never be able to see.
We would be so thankful to have you follow along and become part of our adventures.
Now, let's get to today's video. Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another edition of Winnebago Wednesday. I am so excited about this Winnebago Wednesday. Today, we are going to talk about stairs. The stairs leading into the Winnebago Micro Minnie. Now, if you're here and you own an RV, even if it's not a Winnebago Micro Minnie, I think you're really going to want to stick around for this particular episode. We're going to have two solutions to the stair situation getting into the RV. Now, on the Winnebago Micro Minnie, I have your standard RV stairs. They're aluminum and they fold out. We live in our RV full time, and I have two problems with this. One, the stairs, the bottom tread on the Winnebago Micro Minnie, the first step up is 14 inches. That's 7 inches higher than a standard stair tread, which is 7 inches. So we're going to resolve that issue. If you have that problem, I'm going to show you how I resolve that issue. But the second and more important issue that I have with regard to the factory installed stairs is they're floating stairs. In other words, they don't touch the ground. The problem that I have with that is, I weigh in at 200 pounds, and we live in this RV full time. Now, these RVs are not built to live in full time. The Winnebago series, they're just not. They're not built from a frame and structure standpoint. They're not built super heavy duty, say like an outdoors RV or an Oliver trailer, just not built that heavy. So they're not used to or built to take the abuse of constant use, like 3 or 4 trips a year for a week at a time. Well, we live in it full time, so we're putting a 5-year, 6-year lifespan, maybe a 7-year lifespan for a normal couple using it as intended. We're doing that in a year. So what I mean when I say that is the stairs are hooked directly to the side or the underside of the frame. Well, we're going in and out of this thing all the time. And if you have these floating stairs on yours, you know that when you step on them, even with the stabilizers, like with us, it bobbles the trailer back and forth. And there's a lot of activity going on. There's like a diving board effect on the stairs. So we're going to talk about that. And I've actually noticed even on mine, where the stairs attached, the Asdel, the siding on the rig has actually cracked at the door. I do not believe that it's in the best interest of the rig to have the stairs floating like this and not come in contact with the ground. So we're going to address both of those issues, and the first one we're going to address is the step height. So let's talk about that. So again, as I've said, I've got a step 14 inches up to get into the trailer from the ground with this particular RV. Some of you are going to have a lower sitting RV, and I understand that. This won't be as big of a deal, but what I did to solve that problem is I bought this portable step here. This has actually been really great. It has treads on it that are worn out because we use it so much, but it has glow treads on it. These glow at night so you can see them, and this is an adjustable step. It has legs on it that adjust. All you got to do is push this in. Probably not going to adjust real easily because I haven't adjusted it much as of late, so there's a lot of grit and sand in here, but if you were using it regularly and adjusting it and folding it up, the legs do adjust. You can see here. See that there? They also fold up. If you want to fold them up, they will fold down for storage. You can fold all 4 of the legs up easily for storage. Has a nice little handle on it if you want to, but when they're not all extended, they fold up nicely up against the step and they can put them away. But I really like this. It's pretty wide and it is really heavy. It's not heavy, it's heavy duty. It can take, quite a bit of force, and it's real solid. So what I did is I bought this, and this just gets thrown in the rig when we're traveling, and that goes here. Well, what that has done, now I've raised that up to about 8 inches. So from here to here, it's about 6, but it's a more normal step. I could reduce that down. If I reduce that down to 7 inches, whoop, I'd have a 7-inch step to a 7-inch to a 7-inch to into the rig. That's your normal step. That's been a great solution. Now, for all of these things that I'm going to talk about today, there is going to be a link in the description below so you can purchase. I'd like to take a moment right now and say that if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would consider hitting that subscribe button down below and becoming a subscriber right now. That would be a huge thing. We would appreciate you as a subscriber. If you find our content helpful, especially, and you'll always get notifications if you hit that bell notification. Secondly, I'd like to remind you that we do a lot of this mostly for photography. We do a lot of photography on the road of these beautiful places that we are. We are now selling prints on our website at livingwithrob.com/prints. I sell really high-end paper, metal, and acrylic products of choice pieces from my photography. Be sure to check out livingwithrob.com/prints to check out our prints. So with the step, that's been a good thing. However, I've not been happy about the fact that we still have a lot of flex in that stair, and I do believe that with time it is going to put undue stress on the bottom side, on the frame. We might get some cracking in the floor. Not thrilled about that. So, you have been asking yourself, why am I sitting on a box that says Fragile on the side? I know that you're asking that question right now. Why are you sitting on a box that says Fragile? Well, that's a good question, and you're going to find out now. This right here is going to solve problem number 2, and that is abuse on the frame of the rig. What I have here is I have a set of GlowStep, the Revolution series of the GlowStep from Torklift International. Torklift International has produced steps primarily for truck campers. These are the accordion steps that come out. They now are producing steps for RVs. And I have got my hands on a set of their steps, and I'm going to install these, and I'm going to show you that process as I install them right now. So we're going to unpack these steps, and then we're going to take those off, and we're going to put these in its place, and then I'm going to show you how it works. So let's get into the install. What's in here? What's in here? Huh? And we got this stickum stuff here, so we'll line those up with my, I guess I better look at the instructions to see what order these bolts have to go in. It's definitely going to help if you have a second pair of hands to do this, without a doubt. I do not. Where's Ed when I need him, right, Watson? And so for this particular, I needed to put those spacers on there. Otherwise, it wouldn't be quite to the frame. Word to your mother. Watch your fingers. I promise. All right, so let's clean up. A little heavy. I was a little concerned about the weight, but after taking the aluminum steps, the original factory installed aluminum steps off of the thing and lifting them around. They pretty much weigh the same, so. Diet Coke brake. Wants us to adjust them to 25 foot-pounds, so gotta do that next. Hey, all right, you might notice a change of clothing. It's the next day, and I decided I needed to do a better job of going over why these stairs are, to me, of a great value and worth considering for your RV. If you're familiar with some of the other brands, the fold-out stairs, they fold into the rig when the door is closed, when you're moving, and then when you are wherever you want to go, they fold out. One of the drawbacks to that type of stair system, there are two in my mind that I can think of. One, they take up 3 to 4 feet when they come out. So when they fold out, you have to have at least 3 or 4 feet next to your RV to get those stairs out. If you do not, if there's a circumstance where you do not, in a parking lot or something, you're going to have some issues getting your stairs out. The second thing is, it would seem to me that they're like a dump truck. And so when you put them in your rig, if there's dirt on them and you haven't swept it off or you haven't gotten it off, that dirt, or if there's water or whatever because it's been raining, it's going to make its way into your rig as you dump those in. And you know, they're big and cumbersome. Going to make it difficult if you want to do a quick hop in. If you're just at the grocery store or you got to quick use the bathroom, every time you need to hop in, that entire apparatus is going to have to come out. That's not the case with these Torklift scissor stairs. So as you can see, they just lift up and they go in. You have to lift the latch and they just pop in place. They lock in place. You're locked in, you're good to go, you put the pin in. And if you did need to just hop in, it's as simple as this. And of course, that's great if you just need to hop in your rig. So I like that about them. They're easy as heck to get out. You lift them from the bottom to go up. You lift the top one and they come out. And then you put them in the position where you want them to be. In my case, it's going to be the middle position, which is right there. And then just set there. Make sure that, yeah, I'm locked in. Put the pin in place, and you're good. I have the boot brush, which I like quite a bit. That goes right there. So now I can clean my feet whenever I need to. Again, they come in complete contact with the ground, so there's no wobble on the trailer if I'm on these steps. No matter which step I'm on, top step a little bit, but it's not putting any stress on the frame. I really like that. They do have these adjustable feet. They will adjust up and down by pushing this pin in and out. They're very easy to adjust should you need to. I don't need to, they're at a good height for what I want. They're very flexible with regard to the height adjustment when you want to put them in place. That's awesome. They're aircraft aluminum. I feel like this isn't aluminum. I feel like the framing is steel. I'm not sure about the material components, but I do think that it might be steel. These are very well built. The welds are really solid. They are not cheap. I do like that. And again, if you are in a position where you're limited on how far you can, how far you have, you can get them closer to your rig if you need to. You can even get them into a position where, you're basically in a ladder type setup, like this. If you need to, you can actually do it like that. Walk right on them, just like that. I don't recommend that, I don't think, but worst case scenario, you could certainly do that. That's how I have them set. One hand in, one hand out, another hand on there. They're not really spring loaded per se, but they do have some spring mechanism in there to help offset the weight. I recommend these very, very highly. Again, I'm gonna have a link in the description below should you want to purchase a pair. Torklift GlowStep Revolution. Check them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you do. Hey, as we're ending this video up here is a video that YouTube thinks that you would want to see next. This playlist here is going to be all things RV modifications. You want to check that out. And of course, if you click the circle, you're subscribed. We'd love to have you in the family. Till next time, you take care of yourself. Rob out.